Turk, we really appreciate you joining us and taking some time. Congratulations on the World Championship head coaching job. We'll get into that, and Bobby Lou being your GM. Listen, you played the game the right way. You coached the game the right way. You had guys like Thordy on your fourth line, Revo in Vegas. Just talk about real quick what happened with Tom Wilson in New York, because everyone's talking about it. My opinion was the Rangers need some more toughness in their lineup, personally.
Yeah, no, you know what? That was a real tough call the other night. I mean, Tom Wilson, to me, he's the reason why I don't get a Stanley Cup ring in my hand today. He was a big part of that when Vegas lost to the Washington Capitals. So he plays power play, he plays penalty kill, real good hockey player, intimidating player. And you know, saying all that, I like him. I love guys like that in my team, but I didn't like what he done. I didn't like that it was a superstar that he ragdolled and threw around and all that. And like you said, it's going to be interesting to see what happens in tonight's game.
Turk, do you think, like, obviously you like toughness in your line, but do you think, say what you want about Tom Wilson, that he's opening up jobs for maybe guys in the American League right now that are big and strong, that should, if they work on their skill and get a little bit quicker, that role's coming back in the NHL?
For sure. I mean, like I said, they don't seem to be too happy with what went down. And, you can't let that happen to your superstar hockey players. And let's face it, guys, it doesn't happen that often. It was, I mean, you can blame whoever you want to blame or whatever side you're on. I don't like what happened. But again, there was a scrum and Panarin grabbed him from behind and then he got thrown around pretty bad. And like I said, I don't like it. I don't like the way it went down. But, we'll see what happens tonight because there's been a lot said in the media and see what the Rangers do tonight.
Yeah, I think of both of you guys, and I know both of you very well. It's easy when your wires cross out on the, when you're playing in your heat of the battle, especially in front of your net, right? You engage with one guy, you might give him a shot, and then another guy jumps on your back, and all of a sudden you've gone completely squirrely. What I didn't like at the end of it was how Tom Wilson can be in the box and go complete Hulk Hogan in front of everyone and just demonize like the New York Rangers. That would never happen in a situation where even if their tough guy was sitting out that game and they played the next night, that would never happen. They just don't have toughness and they can address it. So I think the way it all, played out, it still says, these guys are important. We had Brian Burke on who called, Tom Wilson the unicorn still, because he is the ultimate player. You can play him with your best players. He can be hard on the other team's best players, when they play 5-on-5 against each other. It's just you need to find the toughness. So I always like how, Turk, you address that, which is why Revo still has, such a powerful job in Vegas. He gets promoted day in, day out. And in the playoffs, a 7-game series, you just don't see that happen when you got a guy like that in your lineup.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to protect your stars, and there's no doubt about that. And those players are important guys. And like you said, I think when you give them the challenge to be good players and be important players in your team, they usually respond to that. Weevo is a perfect example. Thordy played pretty good hockey for us. So when they get an opportunity to play, they just can't sit on the bench all night and then go out and try and do that job. It's tough to do. So, you got to respect those players for the job they do.